All right, we got sidetracked talking about cars. All right, we only got like we've got to get. We actually have to get off at a certain time tonight because we've got to do stuff before some appointment tonight. So we've got about 3 hours. We're gonna try and scout a whole map. We're gonna try and finish the one we're on. We're trying to do a whole map. So what do we need here? Game capture. Hello. Need that back. Cool. I think we're good to go. So, I think we're at this petrol trailer, right? We're full of petrol, including the roof rack. All right. So yeah, we're getting this mission where I'm ballsing this to see if we can get through. Probably get stuck. We'll give it a go. Otherwise, we're just getting these. And then I think this map is scouted. And we'll be going to Mountain River. Because White Valley looks scary. So we're going to go to Mountain River. Wom, wom. Yep. Good start. Great start. Great start. Really, probably got to concentrate a little bit on these icy roads. Definitely. I feel like this game would be a little bit easier with a steering wheel, though. I feel like I would not slide out so much, you know? Because, like, I know it's not the analog sticks aren't, like, binary in that they are a 1 or a 0, you know? Because, like, when you used to play car racing games on PC and all you had was a keyboard, the turning is binary, right? You're either turning left 100% or you're not turning left. So it's was kind of hard to, stare in, like, PC games, racing games back then. Like, there's analog sticks on this, so it's not binary, but, like, kind of is. You only, you know, because it kind of looks like if you hold it all the way to the right, like he just turns the wheel, like holding right turns the wheel, not turns the car. You know what I mean? So even if I like very slightly move right, he still just turns all the way to the right. So it kind of is binary, like it's on an analog stick, but it kind of is binary because he just turns the car all the way. There is no like, it's very hard to hold like a middle ground because you've got to move it till it stops and then it stays there. As opposed to springing back to the middle. We probably should look at this task. Local authorities need a driver. They've got metal bridge that needs some serious renovations. You'll need to haul the necessary supplies out there so work can begin. Pay looks good. Does it? $1,600. Not. Is that good? Or am I just entitled now? Just an entitled driver. Now, hopefully getting up here won't be too difficult. Kind of looking like it'll be all right. This bit here might be a bit rough. Like if I was more comfortable and less reckless, I would just not have the autonomous winch and have the longer one. upgrades will help us get moving. Oh god, this is gonna be... I mean, we are slowly going forward. It could be pretty painful. Just don't know whether... Because the hard thing about snow is it's hard to tell whether there's any road here, right? Like, am I supposed to be going up here or around this way? I reckon probably up this way, right? I also don't think we're moving anymore, which is not ideal. You know what we might do? We might get... a truck out here. Because we need to come out here and repair this anyway. So we might get this, so we'll save us having to go through that. Okay. Stop. What do we reckon? Well, I don't think we can put the repair on that one. Really, no wonder I couldn't think of the name of that the other day. It literally is just called Scout. I wonder if that's the one that we got the engine upgrade for. I reckon it was. Anyhow. Let's try this. That's lots of repair parts. It doesn't have any fuel. I think we have everything we want for this one, right? Yeah. Off-road, raised, Acuity 2, high-powered, medium, engageable, engageable. Cool. So if we wanted to get petrol to this... The problem is, I don't know whether this is going to be a disaster or not. I assume it's going to be okay. You might just take a petrol trailer with us. And we'll leave it out here. Like, once we've refueled this and repaired it, you might just leave it out here. Because there's no... There's a petrol station over here, but I feel like this area is going to need... I mean, there's petrol here, but I feel like up here, around here, some petrol, like, near this factory is going to be a lifesaver, so... Let's do that. Fuel carrier. Ooh, and it has a repair on it too. I didn't know that. don't think... there's anything else. Water. That's a semi. Okay. So that's like the fuel trailer, but worse. Right. 2,356. This is 2,550. There's a chance we won't be able to get either of these through that little river, but this is how you figure shit out. You just try it. Okay, so I'm gonna take the road. To here. So it's like not the first major turnoff, the third right. So I just don't want to delete all the waypoints for the scout. Good start. Good start. Not this turn off coming up, it's the next one. So I think that's the one that leads to that task with the containers. Which is where where the very first observation post was. Right? Yeah. And we don't need to take this fuel truck all the way to the truck we're repairing either, because we can just... It's got like 50 odd liters, which should be enough to get it out and get it to wherever we decide to leave this trailer. Right, I think we're turning down here. Powering through. Well, not we're actually opposite of powering through. Just slowly making our way through this bit. I'm pretty sure these tires are pretty good mud tires, so shouldn't have a problem. And we're just going left and straight ahead. Ignoring that sign. Looks like a nice area. Wow, that's a petrol station. Oh, God. I should... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why in my brain that I didn't think. It's literally already been discovered. Okay. It's alright. That's 2 petrol stations. That's pretty good. You must have to do a lot of moving on this map. Alright, so we're going to get this task. We are going to attach trailer so we can just get in and out easier. We've got an emergency. A group of scientists went into the mountains on an expedition and they must have gotten trapped after the storm. There's a reward for anyone that can find and return them safely. No worries. Oh wow, I really didn't look at that. That is quite high. That is going to be some fun to get to. Maybe we can do that after we've done everything else. Alright, so here's a moment of truth. If this is like all the other river crossings, it should be nice and easy, right? Because it's just all rocks. You never know. You never know. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be too hard. I think we might do that. Get the scout out last. We might do this first. Drop the petrol off. Repair the truck. Get the scout out. Then possibly see if we can get this thing while we're here with the truck. Is there a quicker way? I reckon this way is probably just the best way. I mean, the 3,000 fuel on this truck, this trailer, it's a decent amount. I mean, it's 10 fuels of this truck. So it's a decent amount to be left out here, I think. If there's one thing Island Lake taught me, is that like just leaving fuel everywhere is a very, very good idea. Leave you on this little gap. Alright, let's go. That should make getting through whatever is ahead of us a lot easier too. Fact is though, we don't actually know what's around here because we went up here and around and over last time, so there could be, it doesn't look like there's anything too curly here, but you never know. This truck's pretty good. They should be able to handle it pretty well. So that is some gnarly looking mud. No problem. No problem. But good thing we didn't take the Hummer this way, because that probably wouldn't have gone well. Neither would have this. I might as well have a little drink here. Okay, so I genuinely think we just go straight through here, because like I think trying to go around these trees and go up that little embankment there is probably not worth it. If the winch can save us some time, that would be great. How are we gonna get here? 'Cause it's just in there, right? Yeah. You know what we're gonna do? Gonna reverse in. Not refuel. Want repair. Yes, this needs like 580, which is like a perfect amount. Fan body royal. Perfect. I wonder if we should just try and tow it out from here. While we can actually see what we're doing. Like, we'll drive it from here, but... Actually, you know what? I don't know what kind of upgrades this truck has. So we might try and get it across. There's a couple of pretty serious mud pits coming up, which I don't know if this truck will be capable of. We'll try and drive it out itself first. Park this off to the side. We'll try and drive it out, and if it just can't do it, we'll tow it out. Leave this here. Alright, let's see how good you are. You have all-wheel drive engageable, that's a pretty good start. No high gear though, which isn't ideal. All-wheel drive. At the very least, it'll be facing the right way now, right? Does it tell you what kind of truck this is? There's no specs and doesn't tell you whether it's like heavy or heavy duty or anything. I feel like this is going to have highway tires on it and it's just going to get stuck. Yeah. Okay. Gonna need help to get out of here. Which is fine. All part of the job. Probably try and get out of this rut too. I think it mostly should be able to get home by itself. Really only the water crossing, right? So we get it back to like where the fuel is. Probably should actually watch what I'm doing. Probably should definitely watch where I'm driving. I think that's close enough though, right? Expensive winch. There is a chance we might have to pull this all the way back to like the main road, but it is what it is. I think at some point probably we should swap this truck with a civilian because that has a low saddle and I think this is a pretty good low saddle truck. And that's, the civilian is probably going to do much better in like the mud. Probably should swap them over at some point and have that do more of this stuff. I feel like neither of these really need that much fuel. Fuel carrier, oil, let's just put a little bit in there. So I reckon this we probably have a couple of upgrades for this already. It just doesn't have them at the moment, so it's not very good. think we might stop and do the scout now. So I think that's where we need to go to get that car. The Lost Expedition. Yeah, this is where the scout is. Okay. Turn off that engine. Disconnect. Go. Let's not tip. Ah, shoot. Also, got to put the got to start the timer again. Damn it! What is it? In like an hour already? Okay. So it's more like 3 hours, 40 minutes. But that's fine. Because we forgot to do it yesterday too. We're not going to reset that timer in this step. Not now. Right? You're going to be a good, slow, patient boy. Although once we get back to the main road, we might need to... go to that fuel station. Bit extra turning. Oh, there's an upgrade there. Shit. Okay, good to know. Because we haven't done that yet. Right. Interesting. Maybe on the way back we'll go down with the Hummer and then use this truck to get the... use the truck to get the Hummer back out because I don't know if it'll be capable of getting out of there by itself. Hummer's just there, so turn around. Make sure we don't flip this truck. Doing something like that. I think we need to just take a straight angle for this. Let's go. So at this point, this truck is doing is kind of doing the scouting for it, but fine. It's part of the game. At least I'm just gonna say it's part of the game. I think there's some fuel on this repair thing, right? Guess not. Ah, there was repair on the fuel truck. The fuel trailer. Not fuel on the repair truck, right. I think we should still have enough. So, we're going to park this here. Engine, trucks. Is the handbrake on? This might be a real dumb idea, but need that upgrade. More powerful alternative to regular stock power systems. This engine offers increased power durability. Truck. That Royal that we just got, Caterpillar 681. I think we have that in the International HX. I don't know what that is. And then 3 I don't have. Okay. It's good to know we just got a new engine for the truck we just got. Helpful. Alright, let's try and get out of here. I think with the winch, we should be able to get out of here. Awesome. Hardest spot's going to be getting around this corner because it is tight. I think we'll be alright. Take a couple of turns. So we can leave, turn off engine. I mean, that's almighty close, but fine. I reckon we could probably use higher gear for this too. So I reckon even there, that Hummer would have no problem really getting through here. Hello. into the piano now. Okay. Toodaloo. Refuel you. Move forward a bit. Each truck. Fuel you. And I think once we get it to the main road, so we'll get it to the main road, we'll turn around and we'll bring it back and we'll just leave it here and we'll keep continuing with the scout. I kind of wish that we could see a moose. Moose crossing, right? I'd love to see a moose. I think with a decent engine, this truck will be good. And it's got 8 tires on the back. I mean, so does this truck, I guess. Come on. Then we can just leave it here. Engine. All right. We're almost back to scouting. The same map we've been on the whole time. I feel like we've achieved some things, which is all that's really important, right? I feel like this section is going to get torn up by the time we ever reset this map. Cool. Back on track. With a new truck, might I add. We'll swing in here, get some more petrol. What do we get from here? What are you? we do it? What's it called? Fuel station. I assume you just get fuel, right? No. Fuel station. Yep, just fuel. Of course. What else? What else would you get there? And then once we've done that observation tower, make sure there's no more upgrades on this map. Then we'll be moving on. And this Hummer won't need to go through this river at all. Actually, no. We'll go get more petrol, because that's probably going to be a smart idea. Though it is pretty full. We won't do that. We want to go... Yeah, that looks not great. We're just going to go straight ahead. Yeah, this is definitely too thin for anything else, right? That is snow. Luckily, there's plenty of trees around. We just winch our way through it. I think we're going right here, right? Oh, yeah, most definitely. Okay. As long as there's a decent supply of trees around, I think could probably get through most of this environment. It's just like that puddle. The snow we got stuck in before was like, just weren't any trees to leverage out of it. It's a bit of a pain. There's a lot of contests on this map. Heard you've got some nerve, pal. Let's check it out. Reach every point marked on the map and I'd admit defeat. You accept my challenge, you're gonna... Okay, so 8 minutes to get to a bunch of points. Jeez, you're gonna want a decent scout truck on this map. Hopefully by the end of Alaska when we do all these contests. Found all the scout, the Hummer upgrades. Otherwise we'll have to deal with the Chevy. Which is pretty good. That's a job, you know? So I think we're going right, and there's a pretty snowy bit. Hopefully it's not too bad. Or there's lots of winch points, right? Or we are just not going the right way. Cool. Good thing I checked. Hey, Azathoth Tempest, how you doing? Hola. Feliz Navidad. Yeah, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Towards the end of the day, scouting out this map. Feeling pretty happy. Getting lost in the wilderness, you know? Refusing to read the map. Like I should. This seems, this looked a lot more difficult to get up. Good. Averaged, yeah, exactly. Like, I even set out nice, handy, like, waypoints for myself to, like, try and make it easy, and I just ignore them or miss them. Go down the wrong path, flip my truck. You know how it is. Although, what are we currently at? 3 hours. Although, there wasn't an incident 3 hours ago. It's just that's when I started the timer. And after 700 hours in the game, I still forget about waypoint. I know. It's like, it's funny. I don't know whether you've played this game, but it's a lot like, if you've played the God, what was that game called? Hogwarts game? Hogwarts Legacy. Like, the very first thing it teaches you is, like, you can press this button and a little golden snitch will fly in front of you and, like, show you the fastest path to get to whatever it is that you've marked on the map. And for some reason, like, I immediately forgot about it. And then right after, like, literally when I had almost 100% of the game, not even finished the campaign, finished the story, when I 100% had, like, platinum trophied the game, I, like, the last thing I did was you had to get a student into each house. So I just had to restart the game 4 times in a row, which is really dumb. But, like, having to do the tutorial 4 times, the very last thing I did, and they were like, hey, there's this mechanic where you can press a button and it will show you how to get to your quest marker. And it's like, oh my god. I've played this entire game just not knowing what this, like, snitch mechanic is. It is very useful. And I just completely, like, I don't know. I just didn't use it for a while, and then I didn't remember it, and then it was just gone. Didn't use it. To be fair, that game's not particularly difficult, so, like, it's not a huge loss, but I just thought it was funny that I completely ignored a core mechanic for the entirety of the game. I mean, that game is pretty easy. It's fun. It's a good game. Combat's good, but wouldn't call it hard. So have you played all the DLCs as well? I'm assuming if you've done 700 hours, you must have done the DLCs. Although I assume if you take it nice and slow, the first 3 maps probably could take you 700 hours, I suppose. Most of the DLCs. Nice. What is this? Ah, okay. You certainly lived up to your reputation. Your contributions to science will not be forgotten. I was coming up here because I assumed there was a task up here, but... Okay. The end of a task up here. Got it. I would get Hogwarts Legacy by broadcast refuses to buy a 90. Yeah, 100%. I would say it's worth playing, but it's not worth full price. Like, 100%. I reckon if you can get it on Steam sale for like $30, I reckon. I wouldn't quite say it's worth... I'd maybe say it's worth 50, but, you know, I'd probably wait till it's like 30. And then I would say it's worth it. Because, like, if you are a completionist like me, there's a fair bit of, like, collectathon things to do. And I always like games like that. But I have something wrong with me. There's some part of my brain that likes collecting everything. Yeah. Are you a completionist too? Nice. Then yes, there is plenty of itch to scratch for that game. So if that's your thing, you get a decent bang for your buck. Much like Assassin's Creed, Odyssey, and Origins. Both very good collectathon games, which I have 100%ed too. Because, as I mentioned, there's something wrong with me. I believe I just did that while talking and I didn't flip at all. Am I getting good at this game? Nah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. So this observation tower is the last thing I need to get. And then we might try and do this with the truck we have. Otherwise, we're off to scout the next map. See what the observation tower shows us, because if there's an upgrade somewhere, we'll grab it. And it's right. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have to check that. I'm pretty sure I put like several hundred hours into completing that game, 100%ing it, getting the platinum. It took fucking ages. Alright, let's have a look around. Take a look around. What did we discover? Nothing. Okay. We actually found everything on our own. Because if there were any upgrades, they would show up on here, I think. There's nothing else we need to discover here. Upgrades. Cool. Awesome. I assume all upgrades should really show up like if you get all the observation towers. I would assume so. So, what's going to be the quickest way to Mountain River? You would assume so, and you would be wrong. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would assume that, and I guess that's probably a bad assumption. What we can do... Alaska. shit, there's like 20 odd upgrades here. Okay. There's no way to tell on a map basis. Okay. We are running very low on petrol. What do you think's more likely? Although none of this was really that much of an issue, right? Are we more likely to get to the fuel station? Or are we more likely to get... We're definitely not going to get that far. Okay. I think we'll just come back out this side. But we will do this one first. How do you think we should get up here? Looks like a pretty decent... I mean, there's not a chance we can just, like, reverse our way up this gap, right? I really don't like how sticky this is. It's about there. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to, like, go up that gap. So, can we go up there? Oh, I don't know, man. That's pretty dodgy. I just have to go up here. This slope looks a bit more reasonable. Probably doesn't help I have this massive service thing on my back. We are being pretty reckless with our driving it. Where do we need to be going? Over here. Oh, yeah. I see it. Sound cut out. Right. I honestly think just going back out the way we came, you could, if we were a bit dumber, we probably could just YOLO down that hill, but I think that's probably not the right option. So we're just gonna have to do a 1,000,000-point turn here. Carefully. Hope that will drag that round enough. I think it should. Okay. Now we just need to get out of here without rolling. I really like this truck, Western White Star. Hasn't really failed me. No? It's probably not, like, given all the trucks in this game, it's probably not the best, like... I like it. We've also got to be very careful, because we can't just... like, safety winch out, like, we can't just emergency winch, because we got this damn truck attached to us. Let's turn this around. Closer. Alright, cool. Let's go. I'm actually surprised we pulled that off so easily. And it's out of fuel. Of course it is. And it probably explains why they were stuck up there, right? Think about that. I just assume the water would be fine. Oh well. I really hope this is where I need to take this truck. Yeah, okay, good. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even check. I just drove here. Thank you. Word has already spread about what you did. The local radio and TV reporters have started showing up. Don't be surprised if you'd asked to do an interview. Okay. What are we gonna do? I think. Just leave this here. To the side. Hummer. Alright, I think we should have enough petrol to at least get to this fuel station. I think. But just to make sure we don't do anything real dumb, let's mark out where we need to go. So follow the road, follow the road. And just follow the road. And we know where to go from here. I really hope with upgrades this thing becomes good, because I kind of like this. Hummer. I like the sound it makes. don't think I'm missing many upgrades. Obviously the engageable diff and the raised suspension. We've already got the better engine. Yeah, we're just following the road, right? It does become pretty capable with upgrades. Not nearly the best by any means, but it's a trooper. Yeah, well, because I'm also gonna I'm doing the maps like in order, so I'm just working through them in their order. Because obviously you can just skip ahead and get really, really good trucks, but I don't really want to do that. So this is pretty decent. I'm assuming it's better than the Chevy and the Scout, right? So. I'm not mistaken, all of its upgrades are in Alaska. Yeah, they probably are, I reckon. So you'd think, but at least use this in Alaska, and I'm assuming there will be other scouts you can get once you get to the next map. So we'll probably be using this for all the scouting in Alaska. I feel like we've done the Chevy and the Scout 800 enough. Yeah. We've got a little bit of PTSD from those vehicles, to be honest, so trying something new is probably a good idea. I feel like I can never really feel good about the Chevy and the Scout in the same way I can never feel good about the Kodiak, because, like, all I have is PTSD, bad memories of being stuck in the mud on highway tires and shit. So it's always going to have a little bit of ick about it, you know? Try and stay out of these ruts a little bit. Yeah, I think the only upgrade we're really missing is the raised suspension. Pretty sure. Double check when we get back. Swing by the garage. It's not nearly as bad as the time I did 100% run of the base game with only real wood. Jesus Christ. I just don't think I've, like, I'm absolutely, like, sure I don't have the skill to do something like that, but I also just don't think I have the patience to do something like that. Although, once you probably understand this game, you get a bit better, it probably wouldn't be so bad, because you know that, you know, like, the very first the first, like, 5 to 10 hours of Michigan, when you don't know what you're doing, is just a bit of chaos, right? Whereas if I went back there now, I think I would probably find it a lot easier, even with the starting trucks, but, like, Jesus. A little part of me's like, kind of wish I started this game in hard mode, now that like, if I started this game in hard mode from nowhere, would have hated it and probably would never have made it anywhere. But now that I've finished Michigan, I feel like if you could switch on hard mode now, which I'm pretty sure you can't do, I would almost switch it on now, because, like, I kind of get it. It isn't really hard, it's just minor annoyance. Because it's more about there's no recovery and you've got to pay for petrol and repairs, right? It's just more of a, like, it's more of a realism thing than anything. Everything is paid, that's it, yeah. Can you still recover trucks in hard mode? I thought well, that was the thing, you can't recover them. I mean, I suppose you'd have to, right? There must be some trucks that are just unrecoverable. There must be an option. Ah, it's just paid. Sure, that does make sense. Which, like, some part of that I kind of like. I like the idea that, like, you need to carefully map out how you're going to use your money. I kind of wish there was, like, a middle ground, right? Like, although it's hard to sort of outline. So I wish there was, like, the base, what I'm playing right now would be considered easy mode. And then there was a normal mode where everything's paid for, but there's way more money, so you don't have to be so efficient. So obviously the hard mode currently as it is, you have to, like, do things efficiently so you don't waste money, because if you run out of money, you're just going to run out of fuel, right? But I wish there was, like, a middle ground where everything was paid, but there's lots of money. So you still have a bit of realism, but it's not like, if you screw this up, you're going to waste a 500-hour save. But then again, when you're first starting the game and someone explained that to you, it wouldn't make any sense anyway, so the visibility of it would be difficult. I mean, it's why I'm playing. I've decided that I'm only going to recover what I call successful vehicles, right? So, like, if a truck is broken or flipped or whatever, I'm not allowed to recover it. I can only recover a vehicle that's, like, where it is. Like, if all I'm doing by recovering is saving driving back to the petrol station of the garage, like, that's fine. But, like, I've set a rule for myself that I can't use recovery to get myself out of a sticky situation. So I think, yeah, that's what this game's really about. One time I decided to do a super hard go fuck yourself mode with New Game Plus and a realism mod. I'm betting that didn't last very long then. Or you were forever changed. What did 100% of the base game, and then I deleted the game for 7 months. What did the realism mod do? Like, what changes did it make? I have a sneaky feeling that this Hummer is not going to get over this bump. Although there's plenty of power poles here, actually, it shouldn't be a problem. Made everything so much worse. just that's the definition, so much worse. Like cargo being its actual weight. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Someone here was saying yesterday that, like, is it possible to do this game without the winch? Concrete slabs more than doubled in terms of weight. Yeah, and those things are already pretty heavy. Like, on the wrong truck, those things are like a tip vest. So do you reckon you could finish this game without the winch? I don't know if you could. Or you'd have to go... You could? Yeah, okay. I don't think I could. But it's interesting. There would have to be some places you'd have to just absolutely avoid, right? Like you just have to take some really slow routes that avoid certain mud pits and shit. Also remove the all-wheel drives and... Jesus. That sounds like a nightmare. Let's be real. Alright, we might actually drive this back first. Realistic gravity. Feel like the physics. Yeah. Small cranes, heavy cranes. Yeah, right. Realistic gravity on the cranes would be pretty nuts too. High max speed, better traction. At least that's good, right? High max speed, better traction on tarmac. That's nice. Lock trailer dolly pivot when going backwards. Oh, that would be nice. Parking brakes. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the extra gravity sounds pretty chaotic, right? Man, this truck looks absolutely cooked. Like, I know I just rescued it from a bog, but it looks absolutely cooked. Yeah. Which, like, if I obviously I don't know very much about this game, but my understanding is like having a heavy truck is actually sometimes a good thing, right? Because you sink right through the mud down to the dirt layer underneath, something like that. It's what makes the P16 so good. That truck is there. That truck is a beast. I wouldn't even call it a truck. That thing's a tractor. Can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. Yeah, that's true. If you're in a really bad spot and you're just too, yeah, if the truck's not powerful enough to pull it, that's not going to be good. And all that. I just pop a tire. I think I just popped a tire. Good thing we're here, huh? That's the trailer store. That's the exit. We ran in the wrong door. We went in the wrong door. Oh, there's a little slip lane. It's convenient. See what this guy has. So we picked up that engine from the upgrades, which is nice. So that takes us to S power to weight. Yeah, nice. If you're in anywhere like a mall, literally as hell, heavy trucks will get more traction for that and then be bogged down. Yeah. Not looking forward to that. Is it more the third map or is that a DLC map? I think the third map's called Tamir, right? I don't know. All these names are like... I hear people talk about all these different places a lot and it's really hard to tell. Or is the fourth DLC? Okay. Which you'd think you'd have all of the... You should probably have all the like base game trucks and upgrades at that point, so... So that's what we've got. Skip more and do it last. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It's way too hard if you're doing it in order. Okay. We might do that then. Looks like this is the one we picked up, right? That looks like the best option for this truck, which is a pretty sizable upgrade by the looks of it. Takes her from A+, B+ to S, A-. Yeah, nice. Okay. Off-road gearbox. Because we want 3 low gears and it. I'm assuming that has a high gear, right? Raised is locked. Okay. And we want... I think it's UOD2, right? Let's get the spreadsheet out. There's nothing like driving trucks with a spreadsheet. Yeah, UOD2, 3, 1.9. Through the areas are not exactly really hard, just very slow and hard to get. Hard to start, but easy to get. Last one, though, nothing can prepare you for the hardest map of the four. It's just another level of hell. Which is funny because, like, I feel like this game just, like, I don't necessarily think it does it well, but, like, this game ramps its difficulty with your skill level, at least in somewhat of an appropriate way. So, like, by the time you get to that map, you'd think you'd be relatively good at this game. Whereas Michigan, when you're in Michigan and you're terrible at this game, you think it's hard. But, like, if you go back, if I went back to Michigan now, it'd be easy, right? Tells me the attraction value, so I don't need the spreadsheet. Yeah, but there's, I think that would be helpful, but there really is only 2 tires that are actually any good out of all of them. So, like, the only time I would really need to dig deeper into that spreadsheet or know their values is if it doesn't carry. I think it's like UOD 2 and like CS2 or CS1, I think it is. Anywho. Both the extended roadlet and an improved motor. But we want the extended length, right? Also the cargo weight, the trailer connections. Oh, the trailer connections probably... The cargo weight, like, yeah, probably is pretty helpful for someone who's more advanced. But yeah, the connections. Tell you what, the amount of times when I first started playing this game, when I drove like... The first time when I didn't know how to do the, like, construction rig, and I drove a truck all the way to the first construction rig with a low saddle, and I was just like, what is this? And it's just like, oh my god. Yes. You basically have to learn the hard way what is and isn't a high saddle and a low saddle. I'm assuming that one's just better because it's higher. Oh yeah, that is a good point. We should be selling all of these. We might keep that though. I don't know why I would ever want to go back to this, so I'm not sure why I'm keeping that. And this truck has a lot of options, which is pretty good. Doesn't look like it can do the flatbed with the crane though, which is a bit disappointing. Maybe it can. It can. Awesome. Okay. And van body, medium logging, short logging. That's good to know. And a detector sideboard, fuel tank. This is a lot like the 2070 in the... Yeah, this is a lot like the 2070. Seems like low and high. Okay. Because... Ah, it's an off-road truck too. That is sick. This might actually be a good truck. Cool. Good to know. In the meantime, we'll continue on with our Hummer journey. We probably should stop into the garage and fix this engine. I think we're done with this map for now. We're on to Mountain River. Kind of like, it's very bright and I'm like squinting my eyes because of how bright this is, but I kind of like that glary snowy glare. It's very real. It feels like it would be this glary if we were actually there, which is kind of cool. Especially given how, like, the last 40 hours of this game, I've spent it island, like Drummond Island and Island Lake, and it's just like all you see is brown. Like the last 40 hours, all I've seen is brown. So it's nice to get a bit of green and white, you know? Well, I feel like brown is probably the most common color in this game. Just completely drove past that. Are we done with that drink? Onto the water. I don't think we've found any upgrades for this, right? No. Okay. Yeah, so we need to find that upgrade somewhere. We need to find this upgrade somewhere. Everything else. Okay. So just so I don't get lost, we're going up here. So we're just literally following the road. Yeah. Up here. Up to get petrol too. We probably wouldn't have burnt that much petrol by the time we get there, but you know. You never know when you're going to need 10 liters. And I think we can probably, if we need to, because eventually we're going to get stuck in White River or wherever it is that we're going. I think we can consider that Western White Star a successful truck, so we can just recover it and drive it to wherever we need to get it to. Hi. What's going on? Are you dancing to Bluey? Okay. What are you actually dancing to? Yeah. Can you do it on the TV? Ah, okay. Archie. Hey, come here. Archie. Oh. Hello. Doesn't want to be here. All right. Bye. Bye. Hey, bye. We've only used a little bit of petrol getting through that very innocuous piece of looking road. We don't have all drive on. That's probably not helping. Let's try to not destroy our truck before we even left the map. Let's make that our #1 goal here. Let's not drive right into a cliff wall. Yeah. mean, saying it's one thing. Actually having the restraint to do it is another, clearly. Yeah, it's fine. All right. 25% of scouting done. Then we'll work on the bridges. Then we'll work on the main quests. That's a little bit off, right? We're a little bit far from that. Never know when you'll need those 9 liters. You never know. Especially with my driving. Pretty sure each of these maps have like different music too. Pretty sure like Island Lake had its own music, so it'll be cool to see what the... Because I like the music on this map, I like a lot. Not that there's any at the moment, but... It'll be cool when we get to the next map to see what it's like. I'm really just trying to concentrate and not destroy this car. Because like normally on mud, like especially if you're in low gear or whatever, you can take your time. But I feel like on this asphalt, if you take your like, if you lose concentration for like a second, you can just completely wipe off the road. All right, next map. All right. Not going that way. Although what's bad is an observation tower up that way. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess this one first, right? Interesting. So we'll just follow this road until we... Though that looks like it comes out here. Perhaps we might be better off. Although this looks like a real lack of trees, which is not good for us. But going the right direction. Let's try that. All-wheel drive. Touch it. Because I feel like this car with the engageable diff make a huge difference too, I think. If we ever find it. I mean, it's got to be here somewhere, right? Like... I always feel like snow is so deceptive too. Sometimes, like, you can see here the snow is just very lightly covering like a normal dirt road, but then sometimes you'll go into snow and it'll just be like just the muddiest mud, you know. All right, let's see if this is a terrible idea. It's not going poorly. We must be pretty close to being able to winch. Alright. Too fast. Oh, goodness gracious. So I'm assuming we end up repairing this bridge, right? Surely. Maybe not. Maybe it's there just to, like, give you false hope. Then we'll tear it out from underneath you. Like, you think you're going to repair this bridge. Good one. Alright. This road looks like it's it, but there might be a more convenient road off this one. We might go up here and then check out this place and see what we see from there. And there's no way we can just come back. Ah, yay. A hard hat. Good. Whew. Greetings, friend. It's Singing Axe. Sorry to disturb you, but a local bridge near our village has collapsed. We're trying to restore it, but we lack drivers who supply materials. We really could use your help. No problemo. Someone axe. Petrol station? Petrol station? God, we haven't barely even used any petrol either. Never know when you'll need 12 liters though, right? Okay, so it looks like there's a pretty decent road up there. Cool. YOLO, we're just going straight over here. YOLO. I think this is the big one too, right? There's two other little ones. An obelisk in the middle of the water. Isn't that weird? Please tell me we don't have to make it out there somehow. Surely not. Right? So we've got like 45-ish minutes. Probably, let's try and get both of these, I think. There's an upgrade. Yeah, good thing we didn't go this way, because that doesn't really look like a road. So that kind of looks like it's going to be a competition, right? I can see his little face through like the crack of the door. He's just staring at me. Hello. What's going on, mate? Okay, what are we going to do here? That's to White Valley. I'm assuming that's how you get to that. I reckon maybe you go down here, we try and get that. We pray to God we don't get stuck in here anywhere. Come back up. We get this upgrade and then go here. Okay. There. Yeah. 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 The standard trailer store, alright. Yeah. 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 Upgrade. Alright, that is the path before us. Let's see how quickly this breaks down. Or I get lost. Really probably should be trying to get some of these tasks, but like, the one down there is like well out of the way. I just have to come back and get it later on. I think that's that trailer store, right? I think so. Getting down here doesn't look like it's going to be too much of an issue. It's going to be whether we can get across to it easy or not. Because this looks like some real dodgery. Looks like this is a legitimate road. Alright. Okay. Just very snowed over. Lumber mill. How does this road go to the lumber? Oh, let's go through here. Right. Okay. Now, there's still a decent amount of like upgrades to find here, right? If there's still like 15 odd. There it is. Come on. Come on. Fine-tuned version of popular engine sporting excellent reliability and power at the cost of even lower fuel efficiency. Wow, what a good engine. Who's it for? The Royal? Nice. National. All the other engines. Yeah, right. Interesting. I feel like we already got the best engine for the Royal, but I guess we'll have to compare it when we get back. Now, I know we've already mapped this out. The question is, could it be quicker? Oh yeah, most definitely. Assuming we don't get stuck along here, right? In which case it will be very much slower. But let's see how bad this is, because I reckon if we know about this, I'm assuming it's going to be a useful shortcut of some kind. There's an upgrade there too. Let's find out just how bad this road is, because it'd be good to know, I think. Already not looking great. The trees, yeah, relative to the trees, that's all that really matters, right? So I guess the question is this like light snow or is it mud snow? It's mud snow. Still not the worst. Oh wow, we can attach that one up there. Okay. Let's see how far this gets us. Far? Trees are not being our friends. And not being our friends. But this also isn't that bad, so I think once we get to there, it should be good. That wasn't too bad, was it? We've not even used a lot of petrol, which is pretty helpful. We're gonna have to redo our waypoints though, which is not... It is what it is, I guess. I think this is where we need to go to. Yeah, okay. Can't imagine too many other detours this time. We've got it good now. Assuming we can get through here, of course. Pretty suspicious piece of ice there. Let's try and go around this mud. Let's just go through here. Gaugeable all drive. Thick. Please be for a good truck. Chevy Kodiak. Ah, the PTSD truck. Okay. Alright. Guess we should maybe give it another chance. Maybe. If we get desperate. Nothing happened. We're all good. Okay. We're just W routing to this now. Alright. Sick. You can winch on the observation tower. That's cool. All right. Well, how do we orient here? I think this is the way we came in. Okay. So I think we should at least swing past and get this task. Come out the other end. And just drive down here. Go in here, see if there's any tasks. And then make our way to this one. Looks like it shouldn't be... Oh, we can get that. So, we're going to go... I don't know what that is, but it looks worth going to. And then we're going to go up here. Actually, no, because that'll be a task, I reckon. So we'll go like that task, go up here, and to there. And then in 2 minutes, we'll have to redo under all these waypoints, but that's fine. It's part of it. Alright, we got like 30 minutes. A bit over 30 minutes, so we should be able to do most of what we need to on this map, I think. This one seems a bit smaller than the first one, which is pretty helpful. Oh, this looks very dodgy. Oh, we didn't fall through, so that's a bonus, I guess. Oh, that's a truck. That is a truck. At. I'm George, the foreman on the lumber mill. We need help with our workhorse, and by that I mean Caterpillar 745C. It's taken quite a beating over the years. Think you can repair it and get it back to the sawmill. Sick, new truck. Looks like a beast too. No problem. So we'll just drive by and make sure that there's no task in here, and then we'll be on our way. Doesn't look like it. No. No trailers, no tasks. Alright. I really wish you could disable the zoom in on this game. Like, I don't think I ever, like, want to zoom in. I just accidentally press forward because it's like part of my years of gaming muscle memory to push forward on the stick when you want to go forward, and so I keep zooming in, but I wish you could disable it. Because I always find myself zoomed right in moments of stress. Really not helpful. Come on, get around. Get around. Yeah. Alright. Eesh. Okay. I was just about to say, now let's try and get down this icy mountain without totaling this car. Immediately hit something. Good thing this doesn't need to be repaired. Ignore that. Any trailers here, you reckon? Doesn't look like it. And the turning on this asphalt's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Makes sense because we've got like terrible asphalt tires on. That's it's not like you're gonna be using highway tires in this game, you know. Oh, that's a big truck. Guessing that's for some kind of mission coming up. Drilling spare parts, drilling equipment. Okay. Well, I think that would be pretty useful to repair that. That's nice and close. Although that trailer store's pretty close either. So not either as well. Okay. got... We're about 2/3 of the way, 1/3 of the way through our fuel. So I think we're doing all right. Relatively, right? Everything's relative. We're doing all right in the fuel game. Look like there's any trailers or tasks here either. Okay. There doesn't seem to be a good way to get into here either. We're just gonna have to make it up. Didn't go in a very smart way here. High range. High range gearbox variant with increased gear count at top speed. Okay. For the everything. Yeah, right. 2070 Kodiak, Twin Steer, Civilian, Royal, the GMC, and the Western White Star. Okay. And a bunch of trucks I don't have. High range gearbox variant with increased gear count and top speed and an additional high gear at the cost of what? Okay. I'm assuming maybe it doesn't have all of the low gears. Test that out, I think. But I have seen that unlock. Like, that be unlockable for a long time, so good to know that we've now got it. Try it out. Ah, this must be like a main story thing, not a task. Okay. Factory. That is some mud. Jesus. Okay. Try and skirt around the edge of this a little bit, I think. Skirting successful. And we haven't needed a truck to come in and save this Hummer at all, which is pretty good. Pretty chuffed with that result. Sun's coming up. I think our goal should be to try and finish this map before we end. And tomorrow will be whatever's next map. Trailer though, with fuel. Very nice. Never know when you'll need 48 liters of petrol. Okay. What do you reckon the chances are that I can get up here? That looks like it's the way. Let's give it a crack. Probably a terrible idea, but what does this warehouse have? Metal, medium pipe, small pipe, cement, concrete slabs. Okay. So where are we aiming for here? Probably best just to like try and make it as short as possible, right? We could try and go up here, but probably just making things hard for ourselves. Even though making things hard for ourselves is kind of built into this game. In a way. Right into some real deep snow. Please don't get stuck. Although there's plenty of trees around, so I think we're going to be pretty good here. Kind of hard to see the road here, though. Try to generally map it out. Up there. Should have just connected to that one all along. Yeah, I think once we get to that bit of brown, this is real deep snow, huh? I think we're good. I can hear a dog barking. And I never can tell whether it's in the game or it's my dog. I think it's my dog. Our dog. Right, up around the loop. What a view. Alright, so we'll swing by and get both of them. And that's it, I think. Should try and get that. And that's the way to do it too. Cross here and then drive up. I think we should have just enough time to do it. I assume we'll go White Valley. We'll have to come back to go to Pedro Bay, but I think White Valley must be the next one. Okay. Bam. Yeah. Oh, there's a trailer there too. Down. It looks like that might be the... Yeah. 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 Okay. A lot to do in like 20-ish minutes, but I feel like we can do it. Mostly actual road. It's pretty good. Should be pretty easy. And then we'll park ourselves at the White Valley entrance. Exit. Curtained trailer. Very nice. It's probably for this task, I guess. I'm Bob Fletcher, local environmentalist. I'm concerned about the construction of the new pipeline. Can you help me and my team get to it so we can perform a survey and make sure everything is above board? Sure, no problem. There's no trailers there, no tasks. Be on our way. Skirt, skirt. Alright, let's crash out of here. So we can get up this hill without chains on. Do it. Okay. Ooh. We legitimately just broke the car. Yeah. No. Yikes. I'm such a dumb place too. I was just thinking about turning around. I just wasn't concentrating at all. Alright, let's concentrate now. Can't do that too many times. Or any more times. I'm not going to call that an incident, because, like, we're still going, but that's pretty close to an incident. Pretty close. Petrol station. Sweet. Never know when you need 23 litres of petrol. I was going to drive through that, but that is a big hole. That is a big hole. I don't think this would actually get out of that hole, so. Interesting. Oh, there's a trailer there too. Ooh. Fuel carrier. Not sure the usefulness of a fuel carrier that's right next to a petrol station, but take it. Discover this trailer. The truck is fully repaired. Wonder if I can refill my roof rack with this. That's disappointing. Kind of wish I had thought about that a bit better. Although the wheels were popped, so there was much we could do about that. Alright, that's the last thing we need to do, and then we we'll go there and we'll just drive straight back up here. Then we'll park ourselves there and then we'll be done. Cool looking map though. I like this place. That is quite a slide. I think we've been down here before. Oh no, I don't think we were down here actually. It was this one we've been down. feel like we can definitely get across here. So we'll quickly go accept this contest while we're here, so we know what truck we need. I assume it's another scout one, Ryan. I'm Nick Green. I'm with the Coast Guard. People get lost all too often around here, so we leave emergency supply crates dotted around the landscape. Yes, a storm may have dislodged them. Can you take a look? It's like a... well, 3 minutes 20. Must be just like a scout along this riverbed or something. Oh, I started it. We don't want to do that. How do we... there's a way you can end this. I've done it before. Ah, cancel contest. Cool. Figured it out. Alright. We're all good. There's a lot of contests on this like in Alaska compared to Michigan. Wasn't there another one? We didn't get that upgrade. Shit. I guess we're doing it not this way. Get these, we'll come back out. Go get that upgrade. Just drive back this way. That's pretty annoying. Hey, I need help. I had an accident near the river. I was transporting a batch of bricks to a warehouse and they slid off into the river, into the water. I need help finding and delivering them to the destination. Okay. Oh, ew. All that. Okay, so we're just coming back out the way we came. It would have been so much easier if we could have just gone up here. Alright. And this is it, I think. It's the last thing we need to do. Maybe we should just do Pedro Bay next. Ah, yeah, we'll do it that way. That seems like a smarter idea. Oh, these are the bricks that Ask is talking about. You didn't look very hard, did you? Jesus. Like, literally down your driveway. My guy. Come on. I think we just follow the... Let's actually mark this out so we don't do anything too dumb again. Yeah. Yeah. Stop there and we'll be done. Eesh. Hello. I mean, we are swinging by this fuel station, so we'll yield up again, because who knows how much we'll need on the next map. Well, there does seem to be a decent amount of fuel stations in Alaska compared to Michigan. I feel like there was one at the dam, one in Drummond Island. That was it. There's only 2 amongst all 4 maps. A lot. Can't believe we have to go and get this upgrade. So dumb. We definitely shouldn't be doing this in auto, by the way. What a sneaky little upgrade. Just hanging out around the back. Westline V6. Powerful, old engine variant offering remarkable power output and reliability with even higher fuel consumption. Okay. Or the 2070 and the Western White Star. Awesome. 2 good trucks. Cool. We'll have to put them in when we get a chance. Alright, we're almost done. We're only just slightly over time. Okay. Let's try to not completely destroy this truck just before the entrance to this place. Shall we? All right. And that's it for today. So tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. And we will continue scouting out Pedro Bay. But yeah, I got a bit of a weird day tomorrow because we got a very, very early dinner. So it might be a bit of a short one, but I also might start a little bit earlier to make up for that. I don't know. See how we go. Thanks for watching as always, everyone. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.